Honda's three-row crossover has been redesigned for 2016 and is now in its third generation. With a sleeker design, minivan-like features, and seating for up to 8 passengers, does Honda's large crossover continue the trend of awesome new vehicles this year? I'm Chris from AutoAcademics, and today we're going to take a look at the 2016 Honda Pilot Elite with all-wheel drive.
While many things good and bad come out of the glitz and glamour of Los Angeles, Honda is something from the good part of town. And while the company has long been making three-row vehicles with families in mind, this redesigned third-generation crossover aims to provide what all of its occupants need in regards of utility, technology, and amenities. Our tester today is a 2016 steel sapphire metallic Honda Pilot Elite with all-wheel drive. In case you were unaware, Honda's features are tied to its model's trim packages, so our Elite model is fairly loaded with 20-inch wheels and tires, front and rear parking sensors, roof rails, and heated power door mirrors with turn indicators. Inside, you'll find a leather-trimmed interior with airbags for all 3 rows, 4.2-inch multi-information display, 8-inch electrostatic touchscreen, satellite-linked navigation, voice recognition and premium audio with 10 speakers, tri-zone climate control, push-button start, and Blu-ray DVD rear entertainment system with 9-inch display, wireless headsets, and a remote control. Finally, there is also the Honda Sensing package with features that help you park, steer, and in general try to keep you from crashing into stuff. Total M.S.R.P is $47,300.
Taking a look at its profile, it's obvious that this Pilot's design is way more aerodynamic than before. And an attractive statement is made by its wing-shaped LED daytime running lights and LED headlights too. In the rear, you'll find LED taillights that are standard across all trim levels, and they match the signature design of the DRLs up front. The Pilot's redesign adds 1.3 inches of length to the cargo area, allowing room for an 82-quart cooler without interfering with the third row.
That means you get up to 18 cubic feet behind the third row, 55 behind the second, and up to a total of 108.5 cubic feet when all of the seats are stowed. The Pilot's power plant is a 3.5-liter single overhead cam I-VTEC direct injection V6 engine that makes 280 horsepower and 262 pound-feet of torque. Touring and Elite models are now mated to a 9-speed automatic transmission with paddle shifters. Elite models come standard with all-wheel drive. EPA estimated fuel economy is rated at 19 miles per gallon city, 26 miles per gallon highway, with a combined rating of 22 miles per gallon. AutoAcademics saw an average of 22.9 miles per gallon during testing on regular fuel.
As you saw, climbing into the third row isn't too bad because the second row flips forward with the press of a button. On a critical front, the seats are kind of low, hip room is minimal, and I dare a third adult to take a long trip back here. However, there are plenty of cup holders and AC vents. In other words, it's just fine for kids. Now, the second row is more to my liking. The door openings are large, the step-in height is decent, and these heated captain's chairs are pretty nice. The center console will hold a couple of beverages, plus you can control your own climate from back here. The Panoramic Sunroof makes its debut this year, and if you can't find a compatible connection for your gadgets, they're too old and need to be replaced anyway.
And if that's not enough, there are also manual sunshades in each door.
Alright, we finally made it to the front seat, and the layout looks nice with all the piano black finishes and interesting textures. The steering wheel is attractive, and Honda managed to incorporate a lot of functions in a neat and intuitive way. The center console is large, and like in back, there are plenty of toys to keep you entertained. Now, after all of that praise, you know I have to have some observations that I need to share. So, here we go. It is my understanding that Honda's been making attempts to add more premium and, dare I say, luxurious features to some of its cars, like the all-new Civic and this all-new Pilot. Some evidence of that is this electronic gear selector that was sourced from Acura. And while everything in here is nice, call me crazy, but I honestly think they sold me better on the Civic's premium image than they did on this. So now that I've gotten that off my chest, let's take it out and see how it drives. I unfortunately did not have an opportunity to drive the last generation Pilot until it was near the end of its life cycle. And because of that, I wasn't a total fan of it. It was already beginning to seem antiquated compared to the newer vehicles that had already hit the market. But this 2016 Honda Pilot, not bad. The acceleration of this Pilot is pretty decent as well. It has a 3.5 liter V6 engine, and it makes 280 horsepower, which is decent enough. Now, the one thing that is pretty nice is that engine's made it to a 9-speed automatic transmission. And that transmission not only helps to get this vehicle in the right gear for decent acceleration, but it also helps to keep the gears so that you can keep the engine revs low to get good fuel economy out of this vehicle as well. And Honda decided to go with the 9-speed automatic as opposed to a continuously variable transmission, and I'm glad they did. Another positive driving experience that I have to mention is how quiet this vehicle is. It's very solid inside. You close the doors, get a nice thump, and they did a really good job with the acoustic windshield and just all of the wind buffeting and sound insulation in this vehicle. For all of the refined details that this Pilot has, Honda wanted you to know that it is still a utility vehicle and that it can still handle some of that soft roading duty as well. And so that's why there is a button here on the center console that allows you to change the all-wheel drive parameters on it. And you can get everything from normal mode to snow to mud to sand even that you can change it to help you get through those different types of terrains. I appreciate the instrument panel here on the dash. It's fairly simple with only tachometer, fuel, and temperature gauges. You do have the screen, the information screen that's there in the center, but then I also like the almost retro-looking digital speedometer that is at the top. It shows you the numbers large and clear, and it's a little bit of a different look from the way that many instrument panels look today. Atlanta's weather can be really crazy at times, especially during the winter time, where at any given time you can get 60-degree or even almost 70-degree days, or you can have 20-degree days with snow. And so it's nice to know that this vehicle has heated steering wheel as well as heated and cooled seats, so that no matter what the weather's doing outside, you can at least keep some sort of consistency here inside of this vehicle. One feature that I've come to appreciate is the auto start-stop feature. That's when you come to a complete stop and then the engine shuts off to save more fuel. Now, the one thing that I like about the way that they did it in this Pilot is that when you lift off the brake pedal, it starts back up pretty much immediately and there's no hesitation. Many car companies don't get that right, but Honda did with this Pilot. So there you have it, guys, the all-new 2016 Honda Pilot Elite with all-wheel drive. With a laundry list of family-centered features, tons of tech, and seating for extended families, this 2016 Pilot would fit well in almost any driveway. I'm Chris from AutoAcademics. Thanks for watching.